Today I am in my room. Sun is shining beautifully outside. And I was like, hey, today is going to be my last recording of my TikTok punishment documentation. Because I was punished because I said fuck you to a Michael Jackson fan when asked me about my DNA. My DNA evidence that I am a Michael Jackson daughter, is with the court, sealed with the court. No one's going to see it. So if people don't want to believe me that I am Michael Jackson's daughter, that I was kidnapped by child trafficking in 1984, and that I'm a member of the Jackson family, because the Jackson family are not confirming anything, I cannot fix that. I cannot fix this problem for them. It's not my problem because I know who I am. I have to say that every day of my life, I'm grateful that my father, Michael Jackson, that he gave me self-esteem to know who I am and where I come from. I cannot tell you how grateful I am that my father was a young dad who understood how important it is for every child to know who they are inside. When I became a mother at 23, and I wanted my son or my children to be themselves, know the value of their life and who they are. I saw something very beautiful on TikTok Live. It was about a woman that I really don't like. I think she's really too tough, too mean in all her comments. I listen to her and I find her a really big bitch. In a not so positive way, but I heard her saying something that I understood and that I preach, that I do, is that a lot of people today who are getting children, they claim the children like the children are theirs. They belong to them. But that's not true. A child go through you and you need to live your life. I am a vessel that my child comes into my body. My child has my DNA. And we have the mental and physical support from me in this world, that the child is her own human being. And this is something that my father, Michael Jackson, understood so well when he became a father, when he became my father. And he was 17 when he became my father. So all my life, my father always asked me, to today as well, who are you? And the same thing I also did to my child. Who are you? Who are you? My son gonna be 26 years this year, in July. With God help, amen. I'm proud that he is himself. He's walking into this journey where I could not be more proud of him. I haven't seen my child for 3 years, but he's walking his road without me, and I know he can do it. And I know if he needs me, he knows how to find his way back to me. I love my baby so much. Oh God, I have videos I complain about my son. I do, because I'm his mother. And as a mother, I love him unconditional. 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 It's a love that cannot be break. And yes, I miss him, but I miss him in a good way. That I know if he needs me, he know where to find me. So when I became a mom, the most important thing for me was to teach my child the value of him, inside of him. I feel that was the most beautiful thing that I could give my child. Allow him to live his journey of life. So when we had problem with the father of his child, who is a drug addict, mental ill, I always said to my child, I know, Joshua, but we have to deal with this, you know. And I even throw to his feet many times. You chose for this father, so you have to deal with it. And I could make him smile in this journey that he has with his father, and this journey that he has with me as his biological mother. Yeah. And for me, I remember when he was born, I was alone with him. Everyone's gone. You have that special moment. You're alone with your child. And I look at my baby and I said to him, what kind of journey are we going to walk together? I hold it. I look at him. Babies are just beautiful. Beautiful. I look at him and I'm looking, oh, holding my hand. I'm like, what for kind of pain are you going to do to me? What for kind of embarrassment are we going to take together? Will you stop loving me one day? I said all these questions to this baby. So to me, being a mother, even if I wouldn't give birth to the child, but being called a mother, being mother is a spiritual thing, you know. Only thing that I need to do is nurture the body of the child, making sure that the spirit inside the child get to develop whatever it is in love and support. And then you let the spirit come out what it is. And I remember when I was in Haiti, the Caribbean, together with my father, Michael Jackson, how he opened up that feeling in me that I look at him and I was like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? If you ask me what are the most beautiful moment in life, that is really looking into people's eyes. They tell me everything. Looking at some people who don't look at me, gosh, they're scary. They have so much eye. And I remember as a child being on top of my father. I was all the time as a child. I was on top of my father. Yes, my father, Michael Jackson. And I look at his eyes. And I was like, what are your secrets, Dad? And God, he had so many secrets that I, as a child, couldn't imagine. And what I loved the most looking at my father was my dad really had sparkling in his eyes. Magic, I call it. I couldn't get enough of my father's eyes looking at him. And that smile he gave to people when he made people happy or say hello, that God-given love to me. And his incredible kindness. But I also love my father when he was wild and crazy. Most people who read my autobiography, Trail and Betrayal, where I'm talking about being a member of the Jackson family and how my father beat up his brothers. This man became a lion. No, not a lion. It's not a tiger. Really tiger. You know, his magic became fire. The way he exploded. His spirit was lighting when he went into attack with his brothers. Love it. And I, as a child, was just looking at this soul, this amazing man. So when my father became known to me that he was the biggest artist in the world, I understood why. Because he lifts up the room when he come in. Yesterday, I was visiting my friend who has Alzheimer. And on the moment that I come in that door, I'm busy. You know, I'm there shining. Bang! I'm waking up the souls of all these people. And they remember me somehow. They have Alzheimer, but when I come in the door, they remind me. They remember me. I keep them focused. I give them lighting. So yesterday when I left the house, the healthcare home, I said to one of the employees, "Oh my God, I was here again. I was here again. I exploded the thing." He said, "Yeah, people, we love to have you here. We love to have." I said I was wild again. You know, I made the people smile, and I made my friends smile, and because I took care of her for 13 years. She's my inspiration that I wrote my autobiography book, Thriller Betrayal, Thriller the Dogs and Ellen. Without her, I would not have write this book. She begged me for 4 years, write this book. Right, let's say 2010, 11, 12, yeah, 4 years. For 4 years, she said, you need to write this book. She has Alzheimer. And I have an agreement with her till death us part. So I never leave her. I always show myself, make sure I visit her enough. And I do that. So the healthcare home always see me coming. I'm a familiar face. I love her. And it's very hard to see people leaving you with Alzheimer, but she remembered me. I think she will always remember me because I'm wild. I'm wild. You cannot forget me. I don't like you. And she's always happy. So she's always happy to be with me. So I take her out, do nice stuff with her. And I have to come a little bit more because many of her friends died. So I'm going to be more. Going to visit her much more. Do nice stuff with her. Yeah. So she's my auntie. I call her my sweet auntie because I love her so much. And in the future, I'm planning to invest for Alzheimer's illness because there are still a lot of young people getting Alzheimer very young. So I want to invest in medication for them, for the new generation. And I really believe that it's all because of bad food. Alzheimer's disease is really bad chemicals they have been using in our food. I really believe all that. Really, really, really believe that. So I think we need to go back to the basic. That is, we need to buy our food with farmers that don't use chemicals to keep our food longer. We need to go back to the basic of healthy food. I really believe in that. I also want to invest in that. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to sell books. So what am I going to do with the coins? What am I going to do with the coins? I want to do something good with my books coins. I want to give back to society. I really want. Because I want humankind to become 100% angels again. Because we are angels. We are God. My father was definitely a God. He was. Because the way that he stand on the stage and he just shine his light on people. This is why people love him. And I heard my aunt Latoya say that she told her mom that Michael Jackson was very special when he was a baby. So, and she's older than my dad. She is how many years? She's 2 years older than my dad. And Latoya. So she said when my father was born and she hold him, she knew that he was different. And she told his mother, Mom, Michael's different, Michael's different. And she was right. Latoya really have a good feeling for this kind of things, to be honest. She's the kind of witch. I love her. I hope my aunt will forgive me. But she's always right. She's always right. Yeah. She really know bad and wrong. And I do feel sorry for her about what the mafia did to her. I mean, she married the mob. Can you imagine what a hard life she had to endorse? But her brother saved her. Michael saved her. Media is not going to tell you about that Michael Jackson saved her. But she knows it. Her beautiful, gorgeous little brother saved her. So he was born to light up our life. But as a child, as Michael Jackson child, I had no idea my father was incapable of giving so much love, so much tenderness, so much goodness, so much badness. I didn't know. So many times I just climb on my father as a child and I hold his head like this. Don't move. And I look in his eyes. Look at him. I look at him. I'm like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? And he said, your daddy. My daddy. You're my daddy. And you see me crying? Crying. That was fun. And when my family members look in my eyes, they say, hey, you have your eyes of your daddy. But my father, he teach me to be me, be really me. And when I was kidnapped by child trafficking, as I describe my autobiography book in my book thriller, The Dark Side of the Netherlands, it was so deep in me, knowing who I am and where I come from and what's the meaning of my life. I didn't know the meaning of my life, but I knew that I was me and that I was born for something I couldn't see. I didn't have to understand straight away. And my father reminded me that it was okay. It was okay to be me. It was okay to be in adventure. He made me very clear that life was an adventure and that each of us in this world were born for a meaning. And that life will show us what. And I remember as a child, and we are talking about the child of being 3, 4 years old, how excited I was, what my life was going to be. And then my father reminded me, it's already started, Mocienne. And I said to him, what do you mean? He said, how was your day? I said, I spent with Maria. I went to the market. And then my father said, what did you see on the market? I said, I saw this woman, African. In that time, when I was young, in the 80s, there was a lot of African women in California wearing African clothes, multicultural woman. I saw all kind of, I was, as a child, I was always obsessed with the woman. I love women. I'm not bisexual, no. I'm heterosexual, but I love the expression and the things that women are doing. I'm very proud to be a woman. I mean, I will also be happy if I was a boy, but in this lifetime, I'm very proud to be a woman. I feel very powerful to be a woman. I said to my child, my son, Joshua, we the woman, we have the power. You don't. You are a man. You don't have any power. So he said to me, so I said to him, you better pick a really good woman, because a woman will give you a happy life or a bad life. We have the power. So I said, you better careful. He said, yeah, well. So I said to him, you better give me a good daughter-in-law, because the woman is the power. I always tell him, I said, the woman is the power. You know, your man may have the physical power, but he said, but we are life. We are the power. So I love, as a child, I love a woman. I love the process of pregnancy, give birth, and I found out of my sister Monica that she delivered babies, and I'm so proud with her. I was like, wow, I have an amazing sister. I have an amazing sister. Wow, she's something. My sister is from the side of my mother, and I don't look at them. I don't look like. I think the only person that remind me of myself is my biological brother, Stephen. When I look at my biological brother, Stephen, I recognize my face in him. He's the only family member I recognize myself in. The other two sisters, I don't recognize myself in them. Ooh, I never talk about my siblings from my mother, Barbara Jane Ross side. But I could tell you one thing. When I was young and I had visitation with my mother's house in Michigan, I went from snow till sun. California was very difficult for me as a child. I had two brothers and they were my king. So when I was kidnapped and I found out that my mother was remarried to another man, and he had a boy around the same age as my biological father. As a child, I did not know that one of the other brothers were not DNA related, but they were my gods. They were my God. I love them. I love them. But I have to say that my little sister, Aliana, that is 1 year younger than me, who was born premature. So my mother, when she did the interview on LTL Boulevard, I wasn't her daughter, blah, 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 because she had already a daughter at that time. She lied to the press. She didn't say that her daughter, Aliana, was born premature. She was born premature. So this is why she made it look like that she couldn't be my mom for the press. And but I remember my sister, my little sister, as a baby, you know. I was big, she was the baby. And that's really crazy because we are only a couple months apart. I think we are not even 9 months apart. But I consider myself big. I don't have really a lot of memories where I have one specific memory with my sister, and that is that she's the baby. I'm big. She's the baby. And Monica, I remember her as the angry sister. What do you want? Then? But my brothers, they are my king, my really king. And I remember all the ex-husbands of my mother as kings. Amazing, nice, incredible, beautiful men that I love dearly. So I don't really have bad feelings about being a member of the Ross family. And I remember on Sundays eating together with a long table, screaming, shout, that I felt very happy as a child. I felt very happy to be, yeah. Oh God, can I believe I'm talking about my siblings? But my brothers, both names are Stephen. They are my God. They will always be my God. And I think that they are the reason why I wanted to have a son. Because they are greatness to me. And in the future, I would love to meet my two brothers again. I would love to meet Monica, Aliana. Yeah. Mm. We are still young, so I would love to get to know my siblings of my mother's side. And I would like to have a relationship with Prince, Michael, and parents where we can spend the holidays together and, just to know that I'm there if they need me. Yeah. That's my life, people. It's my life. I come from a huge, big family. So my father, Michael Jackson, educated me in who I am and what I come from was inspirational. And it helped me survive my experience being child trafficked to Europe. So Trailer the Dogs and Netherlands, I could have not survived this without my father educate me to know who I am, know where I come from, love myself, care for myself. I couldn't have do it without that. And I'm me as a mom. I don't own my children. My son asked me a couple years ago, Mom, do you think you own me? In my heart, I was screaming so hard, like, you are mine. And then I feel God talk to me. And then I said to Joshua, no, I don't own you. In my head, I was screaming like, you're mine, I love you, cannot live without you, you're my everything, you're mine, you're my buddy, you're you. And I was like, but I knew I couldn't say that to my child. And when I said to him, with so much love, no, I don't owe you, I felt like, but I have to explain to my child that a mother is not just something, a mother is gold. He doesn't get that yet. He doesn't have the appreciation of me as his mother, but it's okay. I'll wait. I'll wait. But I love him so much. And then my stepchildren, the first time I met them, they were 8. They are twin, boy and girl. I look at them and I was like, what are you going to do with my life, you two? I was so in love with him. I was very in love with them. Yeah. They are going to be 30 also in July. I'm thinking, oh my God, this baby already in my life for 21 years. They're doing well. God, they spoiled, but they work hard for what they have. So being a step mom is magical. Really, really magical. So, see you tomorrow live. Tomorrow will be 18 June. My TikTok punishment will be over. Over. And I will never say the word off again. Will behave. Will behave. And Michael Jackson fans, if you come to insult me, it will be hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista. Hasta la vista, baby. I need to promote my book. You understand? You understand me? So, my name is Mocienne Petit Jackson. I'm the author of Thriller Betrayal and Thriller the Dogs of the Land. In Thriller Betrayal, I'm talking about my life being a member of the Jackson family. And in Thriller the Dogs of the Land, I'm telling you my experience being child trafficked to Holland, to the Netherlands. In my book, Thriller the Dogs of the Land, I translated this book in 7 languages because I need you. I'm in an international lawsuit surrounding my kidnapping, so my autobiography is based on a real fact story. I'm in a lawsuit right now with America surrounding my kidnapping and having back my identity on paper as a member of the Jackson family. So, if you come to see this video, I'm a real person and my autobiography is based on a real life story. My life story. My life with Michael Jackson, being a member of the Jackson family, and my experience being child trafficked to Europe in 1984. My name is Mocienne Petit Jackson. Thank you.